Hello. How are you guys? Alright. We'll get started with the free yes and no's at 8,000 likes. If everyone could keep double tapping the screen. Alright, we'll get started with the free yes and no's at 8,000 likes. If everyone could keep double tapping the screen. Hello, Jay. Alright, we'll get started with the free yes and no's at 8,000 likes. If everyone could double tap the screen. Hello, Vera. How are you? Hello. Jay could check it for you. If not, I would just submit another sheet right now. Alright, we're almost at 8,000 likes. And then we'll get started with the free yes. Started with the free yes and no's. Kiara, will Mark move to Texas with me? Will Mark move to Texas with Kiara? Make sure we're still double tapping the screen. It feels like it is going to take like at least 3 months for something, but it's showing a yes. Neve, will Felix come back to me? Will Felix come back to me, please? Yeah, with the 2 of Cups. He's thinking, planning something towards you. Lex, did Jean get an indirect reading on me recently? Being told I'm pulling back and avoidant and abundance. Did Jean get a indirect reading on Lex? He does feel you pulling back, but it's not showing a reading. It's him sensing you leveling up. Lorena, will I see Mariano soon? Let's get to 20,000 likes if everyone could double tap the screen. Will Lorena see Mariano soon, please? For Lorena. Is she gonna see Mariano soon? This Mariano guy is stuck in his head about too many different things, but it does show like plans and eventually seeing each other after a lot of canceled plans. So Tashana, will I spend time with Reggie next week? Will Tashana spend time with Reggie next week? You guys are going to spend time together. 2 weeks is significant, but it's showing yes. Brianna, will Mateus break no contact? Will Mateus break no contact for Brianna? It feels like this person wants to, but they're holding back right now. Eventually they will. So yes. Giovanna, will Delani miss me after I move away? Will Delani miss Giovanna after she moves away? Yeah, this person feels like it's not the same. They don't feel as happy. With that, was Christian happy he got to spend the entire morning with me today? Was Christian happy that he got to spend the entire morning with Lisette today? Yeah, it felt like a happy family, a happy relationship, the type he envisions. Jess, will my claim be approved this week? Will Jess's claim be approved this week? Let's get to 15,000 likes. If everyone could double tap their screen. Yes, that should be it, Jay. Will Jess's claim be approved this week? Please for Jess. Is her claim going to be approved this week? It's showing a yes. You could be disappointed about something when it comes to your job. Gina, does Dre miss me? Does Dre miss Gina? Does Dre miss Gina? Yeah, he's trying to manifest you back, but doesn't want to look desperate. Kanisha, is Kenneth going to pursue me romantically? Is Kenneth going to pursue Kanisha romantically? Showing a yes. Nostalgia pulls him back towards you a lot. Galen, is it a good idea to go to Malcolm's mom's funeral with the third party being there? Should Galen go to Malcolm's mom's funeral with the third party being there? It feels like it's going to end up in a bad situation for you and you're going to feel this person being cold. So it's showing a no. Alex, will the tickets I'm selling get bought? Will the tickets Alex is selling get bought, please? It's going to take some time. But it's showing a yes. There's more people interested than actually, like, buying. I don't know if it's your price or... B, will end break no contact soon. Will end break no contact soon for B. Is N gonna break no contact soon? Wait, I need to put on lotion. It's so hard to shuffle when your hands are dry. Alright. Is N gonna break no contact soon for B and N? Is N gonna break no contact soon? He's really disappointed by the silence and the distance. He misses his connection, trying to replace you with others. It's showing eventually you're going to see some movement from him. Emotional weakness I'm hearing. Cash, is Lucky serious about me? Is Lucky serious about Cash? Yeah. He's serious about having you. L, will D watch my Instagram story and smirk at least? Will D watch L's Instagram story and smirk at least? This person finds you magnetic. He does want you, but he has a fear of coming towards you. It's showing a yes. Kalisha, is Chris thinking about me? Is Chris thinking about Kalisha? He's trying to ignore you. But you're still on his mind, so yes. Asiya, does Durgam love me? Does Durgam love Aisha? Asiya, I mean. Does Durgam love Asiya? This person kind of feels like you're out of their league. As far as love, with the world in reverse is showing a no-go. Whitney, do you see a future baby daddy and I? What? Is there a future for Whitney and her baby daddy? Is that your question? It feels like you're the one blocking it because you don't trust this person. But it just still shows like you guys are gonna end up together. So yes, but it's delayed. Victoria, has Niles been thinking about me? Has Niles been thinking about Victoria? Let's get this 20,000 likes. It feels like this person's manifesting you. Yeah, hates the distance and the silence right now. Edith, did Alex N go to work today? Did Alex N go to work today for Edith? It's showing a yes. Queen of Pentacles. This person wants to move on, but they feel like they're too attached to you. Elizabeth, did Alexander call me from a random number earlier today? Did Alexander call Elizabeth from a random number earlier today? Some of the people calling you want money. But it feels like this person has been silent, so it's showing a no. Kimberly, does E like me romantically? Does E like Kimberly romantically? They like the idea of you more than the real version of you. So yes, in their head. Kiana, do you see a future for Jason and I? Is there a future for Jason and Kiana? The lovers. Yeah, something is going to balance out after internal changes. Hi, does the father-in-law have regret when it comes to me? Does the father-in-law have regrets when it comes to Hi? Yeah, this person still revisits the past. Yeah, they're still mourning the loss, grieving over this. Shanique, does Jonathan have feelings for me? I'm going to do 5 more, then we'll get started with the paid. Does Jonathan have feelings for Shanique? Let's get to 20,000 likes if everyone could double tap the screen. He's really into you, but he also gets really insecure towards you, so yes. Cash, is Lucky serious about me? I think I already answered this. Veronica, is S thinking about me as a potential wife? Is S thinking about Veronica as a potential wife? Yeah, the star. He definitely feels you're on a different league, the lovers. You feel soulmate coded, so yes. Valerie, is Jonathan my person? Is Jonathan Valerie's person? There's a lot of third-party interferences between the both of you for some reason. But he does have deep love for you. It's showing a yes, but people try to block you guys for some reason. Renee, will I hear from Mike this month? Will Renee hear from Mike this month? This person still has an obsession with you, but it feels like they're still staying silent. Tanya, does Cecil want to give up on our relationship after my request? Does Cecil want to give up on him and Tanya's relationship after her request? Nostalgia pulls him in a lot, but it feels like he's not going to give up. Feels like you're the right person for him. Alright, I think it was 2 more, or have I already done the 5? At the very bottom, everything was gold. Are you saying the photo is glitched? I'm gonna do 2 more. Jabiha, is my boyfriend Adamus planning to marry me? Is Adamus trying to marry Jabiha? Is Adamus trying to marry Jabiha? Yeah, with the lovers and the 4 wands, this person sees himself settling down with you long term. Then, does R know B called me? Does R know B called them? Feels like this person's aware, yes. Alright, last one. Donald, will I find love this year? Will Donald find love this year? Feels like there's something that, like, depresses you. You're too independent is what it's showing me. So yes, but you have to stop being so independent. Open up romantically. Alright, let's get started with the paid. The first person on the list is Denise and Douglas. Exes no contact. Found out he blocked me on Instagram out of nowhere after having his account being recommended to me earlier that day that I ignored. Why did Douglas block Denise on Instagram, please? Why exactly did Douglas block Denise on Instagram? He feels like things are over between the both of you. He doesn't want to get tempted to stalk you. He's still very attached to you romantically, nostalgic about you guys' connection. And seeing you like kind of minding your own business, unfollowed, it bruised his ego, and he just wanted to fight his own heart in that moment. That's why he blocked you. He didn't want to miss you, feel compelled to reach out to you, feel compelled to stalk you, and wanted to force himself to just forget, like out of sight, out of mind type of thing. But it doesn't seem like it's too personal, like I hate you type of thing. It just kind of feels like I can't believe it's over between us. We used to be close, but now we're not. Yeah, Queen of Swords. He also noticed that you not following him feels kind of like you're distant, you're moving on, you're living your own life, and he wanted to just gain control with the King of Pentacles. I'm also focused on myself, I'm moving forward and living my life. He projected a lot of like FOMO onto you. She's probably like doing so many different things. I don't even want to see her profile so that I didn't get tempted to reach out to her. Knight of Cups. It also feels like this got recommended to him, and instead of feeling excited to come towards you, he felt grief, remorse for the breakup, feeling like he's the one who messed it up, and like you're leveling up without him. So he did it out of ego and not wanting to see you doing better than him. Alright, the next person is Kaylee and Kaden for a channel. From Kaden to Kaylee. The second one's a channel as well, so I'm gonna do that one too. All right. Let's get started for a channel from Kaden to Kaylee. It took long because I was also writing another one for someone next. The first thing Kaden said, you said no contact. The first thing he said is, I try to suppress my feelings for you, but you got me hooked. So no matter how much this person pretends that he, doesn't avoid eye contact with you or isn't as into you, he's actually very overwhelmed. He's super into you. He's emotionally hooked onto you. Your mystery has him obsessed, trying to figure you out from afar, but pretending that he's chill when he's close to you. It says, I'm waiting patiently to see if you'll chase me, but you don't. This person is frustrated the same way that you're frustrated. You're wanting him to show a lot of genuine interest in you, even if it doesn't have to be long term. At least just show me that you care, that you see something happening between the both of us, that you see this connection growing into something. But he's like, why isn't she chasing me the way girls do it? I would show interest and then they would kind of just take on the rest of the emotional labor. But it feels like you're not doing that. You're wanting proof of your worth, proof of being chosen by this person. That's why it feels frustrating on both sides. It says, I'm super into you, but I also want to explore, which keeps me distracted. He is into you romantically. You are his ideal crush energy, but that keeps him stuck because he's like, wait, I thought I was going to meet someone like this when I'm either more mature, more stable, or in a different phase in my life. So it makes him feel like I want to keep her at a distance, but I also don't want her to fully go away. This is why you see him kind of in and out. Yeah, he wants to explore other options. He's definitely talking with other people. There's something here about travel. He plans on traveling in his life, seeing what's out there with the lovers, seeing if there's different options. So right now he's distracted. That's why he's coming off uninterested, but also energetically tied to you. So you are his main option, but not his only option, unfortunately. It's just I get jealous knowing other people are hanging out with you. He makes up fake scenarios, ideal men in his head. He tries to make it seem like you have so much better things going on. You have other options, which creates more insecurity within him because he finds you attractive. He finds you as an ideal. So he feels like other people will find you that way as well. So yeah, he's jealous right now, thinking that you're talking to other people, but not just that, hanging out with them, having fun with them, and giving them offers the way that you used to do for him. It says insecurities. I feel like I messed up a lot. This person is still insecure about you guys' situation because in the past, he did something that made the interactions awkward, whether there was like silence and distance. Eventually he's still holding on to that, and because of how it made him feel in silence, he doesn't want to feel that way again, so he hesitates when it comes to fully coming towards you. It says you're always on my mind. I'm trying to figure you out. You're very mysterious to this person. He puts you on like a high pedestal, like some type of hierarchy. Like this is the type of woman that I see myself being with. But that mystery creates like obsession from him. Even though you could be posting on social media, you still keep things low key. He wants to figure you out because the girls that he usually goes towards, he knows that they're easy to figure out. But for you, it's hard. So he wants to study you from afar. It says, I try to catch you off guard. Yeah, this could be when he sees you in public. He just comes towards you or tries to see, like, maybe that driving situation, the way that you guys drive past each other, that type of situation, trying to catch you off guard. It says, overthinking. Why aren't you chasing me? Right now, he's overthinking a lot. I feel like your manifestations, your affirmations, whatever you're doing, it is working, but it starts mental for him. He's starting to gain a lot of, like, deep feelings, but also jealousy and, like, this like silent resentment of you not chasing him the way other people do. It says need to focus on other things. His fear is getting in the way a little bit though, because he thinks that he needs to forcefully focus on other things, focus on his life, and not pursue a relationship with someone who doesn't seem to chase him, and he's just doing this out of fear, not necessarily the truth. All right, the next person is Brittany and Justin for a channel in contact. For Brittany and Justin, the first thing he said is, I feel like you're the best options for me. Trust me, I've seen. This could imply that he's been like many different options, or he's tried options between you guys. And he feels like you're the one who carries the most wife frequency in his own way, the most long-term frequency in his own way, the best option for him, somebody who he's compatible with mentally, physically, emotionally, somebody who's patient. This person likes your patience. It says, I'm glad we resurrected things, but something feels off. What feels off is I keep hearing like trust issues. It seems like the both of you are like talking with each other again, trying to build a connection again, but one or both of you is still like having a lot of trust issues around where the future will lead to, whether you should invest in this again or whether it's just something you should walk away from. So he likes how you're talking to him again, but he still thinks something is off, so he's side-eyeing you a little bit. It says you're talented and abundant. It makes me eager to keep up. He likes your energy. Your energy comes off as very leveled up, high frequency, somebody who knows where she's going, or somebody who seems to have a good destiny some way, somehow. So he tries to keep up by overworking himself, wanting to envision the future that he feels like would suit the both of you. So he is a provider, but sometimes it's distorted because he doesn't also bring in the emotional investment. It says competitive. You make me want to win when you over and live a good life. So this is also good. Like, you motivate him to become a better version of himself, especially financially and materially. Maybe you're somebody who's expensive or likes expensive stuff, or seems like as if you want more of a comfortable, even like luxurious life here. But he wants to win you over. He thinks that you are an ideal. Other men desire you. Other men would look at you and be like, wow, she's a treasure. Whose, I guess, woman is this? And he wants to be the one next to you. So he's motivated to get you and motivated to impress you. It says, I'm disappointed by past statements. He hates the things that he said to you, especially through text. Maybe you and this person broke up before and you had like a lot of conversation over text, and he was cold, mean, out of frustration and feeling like he couldn't control the situation. It says thinking I could control you. Yeah, he thought he could control you. He thought he could control your reactions. He thought like you would just patiently wait for him a really long time, but then you started getting impatient. It says my fear is you finding someone better, someone up. His biggest fear is you finding someone more materially, physically stable than him, somebody who has a lot of money, maybe even like very successful, and somebody who's like very attractive. So you trigger him to become a better version of himself, but you also trigger him to compete with people who don't even exist, at least not yet. It says ego death. I can't keep up with you. Yeah, he's gone through a ego death when you guys had a silence, maybe no contact period, a breakup period, and he realized that he can't keep up with you. You're going to level up without him, whether he wants it or not. He can't just pause you. It says it's now or never, love offer. So he's coming towards you for a love offer. It could also be because of the whole winter season, but he feels like it's now or never to actually come towards you romantically. Otherwise, you're going to find somebody more suitable. He doesn't like when you ignore him. All right, the next person is Victoria and Niles for some messages. All right. No contact. What does Niles think or want to tell Victoria, please? What does Niles think or want to tell Victoria currently? What does Niles think or want to tell Victoria currently? I don't know what to say and why are you so clingy. This person definitely feels you pulling on his energy, but he's projecting a lot of clinginess onto you because he doesn't want to accept it himself. With I don't know what to say, he wants to reach out to you. He wants to communicate with you. He wants to contact you, but he doesn't know exactly how to go about it or what to say because the both of you are not that close. It says, I only hurt because I love and you hurt me. It feels like this person still has a lot of access pain that they haven't healed or haven't let go of. So they project it onto people that they feel like are difficult for them to have. You're not easy for him to control because you make him actually want to step up emotionally. And he's projecting like this I'm hurt by you energy towards you. I'm obsessed with you, and let's have a heart-to-heart conversation. Maybe one of your like manifestation, prayers, affirmation is to make this person confess, like become obsessed with you, to talk about their truest feelings. It says my heart chose you. So his feelings for you have been getting deeper. He's been more aware of his actual love for you instead of fantasizing about you. I can't stop liking you and you know what I did. He kind of feels like you have some resentment towards him based off maybe that blocking situation, but not just that. Based off him just acting as if you either don't exist or you don't have pure intentions. I have genuine feelings for you. So his feelings for you are real. They are big. It says, what does Niles think or want to tell Victoria, please? Yeah, you make me feel alive again. This person is viewing you as a source of happiness. They feel like having you in their life is actually going to make them more successful, become a better version of themselves. I want to be close. He wants to be close to you again. He hates the no contact situation. Like before, he was kind of like asleep when it comes to you guys' emotional state. He didn't really care about the no contact. He felt like it was better off for him. He didn't want to acknowledge that he missed you because he felt like he still needed to work on himself and wanted like an easier connection, but now he's wanting you. It says, do you like me? He's questioning his own desirability, whether he's physically, materially, mentally, maybe spiritually, emotionally stable or your type. It says self-love is good for you right now. So it feels like a lot of your manifestation is a little bit delayed because it's coming from, I don't want to say desperation, but it's coming from like lack a little bit instead of self-love. So the more self-love that you have towards it, the faster it comes for you. It says it's the way that you make me feel addictive. This person is addicted to your presence. They're addicted to this emotional high that they get from you. This isn't over between us. Both of you know that the separation right now feels temporary. Both of you are hoping it's temporary. I need your support. He feels like you're the one who could actually stabilize him, or the one who could actually bring him happiness. I'm hiding things from you. It feels like there's more truth that you need to know about this person. What are your plans with me? He's also thinking, if I actually do come towards this person romantically, where will it even lead to? There's something on the line between either you guys' lifestyles or like maybe cultures, religions, or something is different. It says it was a lesson, not a life sentence. Both of you are here to teach each other a lesson too, though. What else? What does Niles think or want to tell Victoria currently? What does Niles think or want to tell Victoria currently? It says casual conversation incoming. I do remember you telling me that your manifesting communication is telling you to continue going because this person will reach out to you. A red card is significant between the both of you. And it says a level connection. So even though this person's acting like they want to detach, they still do like the chemistry between you guys. All right, the next person is Alex and David. What are David's thoughts and feelings and next actions? What are David's thoughts and feelings? What are David's current thoughts and feelings and next actions towards Alex, please? Right now, he's viewing you as somebody who's self-sufficient, minding her own business. Somebody who he wants to be in love with, make love to, I'm hearing. Somebody who he wants to connect with, but somebody who's also afraid because of how deep his feelings are for you that you're going to hurt him. So he has like love and resentment for you at the same time currently. He thinks that you're somebody who thinks that he's immature, somebody that he thinks that you think he's somebody who also hurt your heart, and somebody who is more in his head or delusional more than in reality. Does he have any next actions? Right now, he's watching you, stalking you, wanting to come towards you for a new romantic beginning. Kind of disappointed by the past. That's why he keeps holding back. And manifesting a relationship between the both of you. So he could either ask you for a relationship or tell you that he's wanting a relationship. Will he find out about this new person that's coming in? How will he react if so? Is David going to find out about this new person that's coming in for Alex? How is he going to react if so? With a judgment, this person already like projects a lot of, she has other options. She's probably talking to so many guys on her phone. He, like, a lot of his actions or a lot of his options that he ends up getting right now is because he thinks you're like probably talking to other guys, you're seeing other guys, you're communicating with other guys, and he goes and finds other options out of heartbreak that you're doing it first so that he doesn't feel behind or FOMO. But it is showing that David is eventually going to find out about this person. How is he going to react if so? Temptation, I'm hearing. Tempting you to get back together with him, cussing you out. I'm also hearing mentally getting more obsessed over you, trying to emotionally detach, trying to, play the victim about this situation and wanting you even harder. You mentioned I will figure out a shortcut when it comes to losing weight. So what would that shortcut be? What exactly is the shortcut going to be that Alex is going to figure out when it comes to losing more weight, please? The shortcut has to do with something that's imported, is what it's showing me here. It allows minimal work, but it suppresses your appetite. This kind of seems like one of those, either those GLP things or one of those, I don't know, collagen things, or one of those supplements that people have to take where it suppresses more of your appetite. So it's showing more of an appetite suppression. That's the shortcut and most successful route for you. But also, obviously, eating healthier and at least moving your body. All right, the next person is Danae and Rahidi and Brittany. All right, for Danae. All right, Brittany reached out to me through Instagram, TikTok, and Google Voice number and left a nasty message. She's been viewing all of my pages, calling me multiple names. Why did she reach out to me at this time? Why exactly did Brittany reach out to Danae at this time? You said, Rashid is my ex. We were talking through things. Brittany is a girl I just learned he was seeing at that time. Why did Brittany leave all these nasty messages to Danae? Brittany views you as a threat. She feels like you have a higher, I don't know, emotional hierarchy than her. She's trying to manifest you out of the picture. She's trying to create beef with you for this Rashid guy. She feels like you're somebody who made her feel competitive, emotionally unstable, and kind of like losing her own mind over who's going to get chosen, who does he want the most, and why isn't she going with other options, and why is she so unbothered, who does she think she is. So her own emotional instability came out, and she wanted to just cut you out after feeling like she was losing to you, and after feeling like he's still romantically interested in you because he keeps her at an arm's length at the same time. She really wants him. She's emotionally tied to him and wants you out the picture. This is why this person cuts you out. When was the last time they were intimate, and what is the nature of their relationship overall? When was the last time Rashid and Brittany were intimate? This doesn't feel like it was too long ago. One is showing up here. This could have been 1 month, 2 months ago. 1 or 2 months ago is significant. What is the current state of their connection, please? Brittany and Rashid. It feels like they're still both emotionally attached, but their connection is toxic. It's not soulmate coded. It's trauma bonded. And it has a lot of third-party interferences, especially on Rashid's part. It feels like this connection is going to end between the both of them at some point. Rashid actually likes to have options open because he doesn't feel materially stable in his own life. So he tries to like make other people want him so that he feels more worthy. But he really doesn't really care about this Brittany person. And even you is showing up here. He wants a relationship with you again, but on his terms. Not necessarily if it makes you happy or not. What does Brittany know about me? What exactly does Brittany know about Danae? Danae, I think. What exactly does Brittany know about Danae? She feels like you're somebody who's sneaky. She feels like you and Rashid went through a lot. She knows that there was a breakup or a separation between the both of you at some point. She knows that you're attractive. Maybe you do like something creative, music, modeling, directing. There's something here creative about your job. She knows that you're somebody who either owns her own business or makes her own money. And she knows that you're someone who's unbothered and somebody who was either in a relationship with him before or was about to get in a relationship with him. She views you as competition, somebody who she doesn't want to, quote unquote, win. against what she wants with this person because she caught feelings for him through like the soul tie. Did Brittany get an STD from Rahidi, or did Rahidi get an STD from her? Did Brittany get a STD from Rahidi, or did Rahidi get a STD from her? It feels like she got a STD from Rahidi. Yeah, it's definitely him. February is my birthday month, and I feel like things have been flowing. What can I expect this month, career and personal life? What could she expect this month? I see why you wanted it muted. What could she expect this month when it comes to career and personal life? It definitely feels like there's somebody here that you're still attached to. I don't know if this is this Rahidi guy, but this guy lives at a distance romantically. You're wanting to get taken care of, gifted when it comes to something. Financially, it still feels like you're in a little bit of a limbo this month. Romantically is what I see growing more for you. Feeling loved, feeling supported. This is friends, family, things along those lines. But it feels like materially you're still growing, or you're still trying to figure out how to grow. What is this called? Maybe if you're like modeling, or if you're doing music, you're still trying to find people who are going to help you grow, and you're still trying to find fans or consumers who are going to mess with your music. So yeah, romantically, I see you still being attached to someone, building a connection with them. You're wanting to be spoiled by this person is showing, and career-wise, it feels like you're still kind of in a limbo, wanting to get more recognition. All right, the next person is Sophia for our messages. Stephen and Paul. Stephen, my boss at my recent internship, and Paul, my coworker who I'm friendly with. And she sent it. Let's get started with Steven and Sophia, my boss at my recent internship. What messages does Steven think or want to tell Sophia, please? What does Steven currently think or want to tell Sophia? The first thing he said is, I feel you even though we're apart. You seem to be somebody who stands out to this person. I don't know if there's romantic feelings involved, but it's showing that here as well. You're not interested in me, so maybe it could be taboo. Maybe this person is way more older, or maybe because you guys are in a professional setting, he's not allowed to like you. But he feels like you're not interested in him, or you wouldn't be interested in him. I'm feeling stuck in my life. He views a lot of the people at this internship as people who are going to grow beyond him, and he feels like you're one of those people. I look for you, so you definitely stand out. He looks for you romantically. He looks for your eyes or some type of spotlight onto him from you. He likes the way that you carry yourself. You seem to be more mature, maybe more mature than the people around you or people who are your age. Soulmate, this person feels a soulmate connection with you. He feels like an instant spark, like he's known you before, like you guys have connected before. I am quiet on purpose. He silently studies you, what you're thinking, what you're doing, who you're going to become, things along those lines. So this person is attached to you. It says this will get deeper. You're going to get to know this person deeper, things around their personal life, their fears, how they truly feel about you. You're more powerful than me. For some reason, he feels like he's in a lot of lack. Whether he got a job or he's stuck in a career or a life that he feels like is very repetitive. Like, he doesn't hate it, but he also feels like he could do better. He projects that on a lot of, I don't know, his employees or people along those lines, and he views you as that too, someone who's going to outgrow him. You're overthinking the situation. Is telling you not to feed your ego with the situation too much. Allow things to unfold. Otherwise, you're just going to make up too many scenarios. What else? This person feels like he's intimidating and that not a lot of people desire him or want to be around him for some reason. Yeah, let's go out. This person wants to socially interact with you. I have good intentions. He wants to come off as, you know, I admire you. I like you. I want to be around you. This person looks forward to seeing you. What does Steven, Sophia's boss, think or want to tell her currently? What does Steven, Sophia's boss, think or want to tell her currently? My heart belongs to you. This person developed a silent crush on you, but they feel like you don't trust him. This kind of just feels like a guy who's in like an intimidating position, and everybody naturally thinks they're intimidating, but they're not. He does come off as strict, but because he has to. It says you are so feminine. He likes the way that you carry yourself, the way that you're, just the way that you carry yourself, the whole essence of your being. It feels mature. It feels like womanly, and it feels romantic to him. I want to understand you better. You should see this person communicating with you, reaching out to you, or seeming eager to know more about your life. You're my heart's only desire, and I put you on a pedestal. He definitely put you on some type of pedestal recently, currently, because it gives him like an escape. You know how people have favorite distractions? It feels like currently you're one of them. This person feels like you guys make a good couple, but he carries emotional baggage. I don't know if this person's married or had like past relationship problems, but that's showing up here as well. We need to talk. This person wants to interact with you more socially. I feel less happier without you. They're really into your energy and want to get to know you more. I like the way that you dress, and I feel like you think I have options. He feels like you also don't think he would be interested in you. I like the way that you carry yourself. Maybe you dress very mature, sophisticated, things along those lines. The last thing he said is I'm overthinking about you, wanting to get to know you more, wanting to get closer to you, but also feeling like it's inappropriate or he shouldn't. Okay, the next person is Paul and Sophia. Let's close the list at 8:35. Paul, coworker who I'm friendly with. What does Paul currently think or want to tell Sophia, please? What does Paul currently think or want to tell Sophia? What does Paul currently think or want to tell Sophia, please? What does Paul currently think or want to tell Sophia? It says I told my mom about you. So this doesn't necessarily mean like a mother figure, but it could be like a female figure that this person has brought you up to. I'll ask you out soon. He's definitely romantically interested in you. He sees the potential. We're a perfect match. I don't know if you and this person talk about similar hobbies or you're interested in similar hobbies, but that's what he's going based off and feels like you guys are a really good match when it comes to that. I got my karma. It feels like this person is kind of in a purging stage right now in their life, learning more about themselves, their likes, their dislikes, and you're one of the people who come in their life to kind of like, I don't know, help them come out of that. I need freedom to love. Right now he has his options open or is emotionally open to other options. Music speaks to me. He really likes music. There's certain songs or certain music that remind him of a girl with a certain frequency. Wifey came out here. He thinks that you carry yourself as a wife. So this also goes hand in hand with that music. You remind him of like music he would listen to when he thinks of his wife or things along those lines. I really want to text you. If you guys don't have each other's social media or what is that called? Communication, contacts. This person wants to have your contact number. If you do, they want to reach out to you. I like how weird you are. He feels like you're different. Physically, you don't look how you act, whatever that means. Maybe you're somebody who gives off baddie, but you act like a nerd. It says eye contact. This person tries to make eye contact with you to see if you're also into him, to see if the spark is there. I feel unworthy of love. He's avoidant because he naturally thinks like either he's not going to get chosen or he's not going to get chosen the way that he wants. It says I can't settle down yet. He is emotionally blocked when it comes to, like I said, a purging stage. He's figuring himself out, the wants and don't want. So he's not fully ready to be committed right now, but he does want you. Your eyes could be brown, or there's something here about brown eyes. What else? What does Paul, Sophia's co-worker, think or want to tell her currently? Yeah, heavy heart. This person still carries a little bit of burdens, not feeling enough when it comes to relationship. I like you, simple as that. You're definitely his crush. He's romantically interested in you. Looks forward to seeing you. It says this is long term, so you may know this person for a while. You guys may follow each other for a while. There's something long term about this person's energy. Could even mean like he ends up being like a long term partner for you. It says you're my eternal source of joy and I'm waiting for you. Yeah, he waits for you at work. He waits to come see you. Doesn't want you to either quit or leave the environment because he's emotionally attached to you, attached to your light, attached to the chemistry between you guys. Maybe this person has been single or not emotionally fulfilled for a while. It says my world is empty and dark without your love. He doesn't like how suppressed he feels, how empty he feels without some type of romantic connection, and you fulfill that for him. He's afraid of you moving on. I didn't expect to fall for you. Maybe you and this person have been communicating around each other for a while, but he ended up falling for you. It says I love making you my girlfriend. It feels like the more you and this person communicate, get to know each other, realize that the both of you actually do have a lot in common. Eventually they want to get in a relationship with you, but you will see some red flags a little bit. I love your kisses. This person fantasizes about being with you. I don't trust this, and I feel like I'm missing out. He feels like being with you would actually bring him like peace and happiness. Like he'll finally get that either girlfriend, maybe he already has a girlfriend, wife type of thing. But he also feels like he sabotages it. I play unbothered, but I'm very bothered. This person watches you a lot more than you know. And I love your personality. He feels like there's something weird about you, but he's also drawn to it. All right, the next person is Edith R. and Alex N. for messages. Again, we're closing the list at 8:35. Together. What exactly does Alex N think or want to tell Edith R currently? What exactly does Alex N think or want to tell Edith R currently, please? It says new hobbies. This person is bored in their life and feels like you guys' relationship needs more fun, more excitement, more contentment. It says I want to work on this with you. He generally feels like you're the person who he could see himself building something long-term with, but he also feels like because it's not easy, it comes off unfulfilling at times. So maybe you and this person need to join different hobbies, you know, find different things that make a relationship funner, more exciting. I'll never let you go. He's emotionally attached to you. He hates the idea of a person being attached to you or a person even having you. So I don't see this person letting you go. But I do see them complaining a lot because they feel empty. It's not you, it's me. He definitely clocked his own avoidance. He definitely clocked his own, like, you know, dissatisfaction within himself and projects it onto you. I'm going to give you something soon. This could also signify Valentine's Day. Maybe this person's going to give you a gift, you know, show something off for you, give you some type of love offer. But it does feel like this person is coming in with some type of surprise or gift. I want to connect. This person wants to connect deeper. There's love bombing here as well. He notices that you're frightful, I'm hearing. Maybe you have trust issues. You're not trusting the situation between the both of you right now. He's going to come in with love bombing to kind of like ease your pain, make it more peaceful. You change my mind. There's a lot of things that you change this person's mind about, especially romantically. Maybe he thought he was going to get married within 4 years, but that's shortened to like 2 years. It says, I need focus. Yeah, he still feels like he has so much that he needs to achieve. It kind of just feels like this is somebody who's either in their late 30s, something along those lines, but still think they're in college. Like he's caught up to the age where he needs to either settle down or have stuff figured out, but he still thinks he's not figured out, emotionally stunted purposely. It says you have your guards up. He's definitely been noticing you more quiet, more observant, not really wanting to show your emotional state. I want you to chase me. He wants you to reassure him when it comes to something, not necessarily like full-blown chase him, but like reassure him when it comes to something. You can't change anyone but yourself. It feels like that's the biggest lesson this Alex N guy is going to have to teach you in your guys' relationship, your connection. It feels like you try to change him a lot, control him, and that's something that's going to be your downfall the more that you try to do it. It says, I'm not scared of commitment. I'm scared of losing you. This person is scared of tying the knot and it blowing up in their face or not working out the way that they want. I'm used to being chased. Yeah, he's used to being emotionally coddled. There's something here about feminine energy. Maybe his mom like emotionally coddles him and you don't do that and he's not used to that. What else? What does Alex N think or want to tell either thought currently, please? What else does Alex N think or want to tell either thought currently? Yeah, I'm sorry for my mistake. There's some type of apology he's about to give you for reacting a negative way. I love your hairstyle. I don't know if you're someone who's blonde or does like blonde highlights, but this person likes the way that you do your hair. I'll never stop wanting you. You definitely notice that he's attached to you and can't go back for some reason. I feel like you judge me. He doesn't open up or be vulnerable because he feels like you're going to judge him. He thinks that you're into the nonchalant version of him, and that's why he continues being nonchalant. I like you. This person does like you. Maybe that's what you want reassurance on. They're interested in you. Our love will improve. It feels like the more that the both of you see your own flaws, grow in this connection, the better it will become. I hope things change soon. There's some type of boredom that he has. Like he wants more spark in the connection. I try to get your attention. This person tries to get validation from you the same way that you try to get validation from him. I'm super attracted to you, so he's still into you, and it's so beautiful inside and out. He still thinks that you're a good person, and very physically still his type. All right, the next person is Elizabeth and Alexander for messages and a mini read. All right. Is Alexander having internal conflict due to consequences of his poor choices as a husband? Is this because he's been a bad husband to Elizabeth due to his poor choices? Is that why he's going through a lot of internal conflict? It's a lot of his karma that he offloaded onto you that's coming back towards him. It felt like you stayed patient with him. You know, you carried a lot of his burden. You carried a lot of his heartbreak, a lot of his grief. Like, because he didn't want to feel it himself, he projected it onto you. And because you had a lot of love for him, You were kind of like processing a lot of his pain for him, being there for him, maybe financially supporting him, emotionally cushioning him so that he feels better about himself. But because he lashed out on you and caused you emotional pain, you started kind of gaining resentment, and now he's feeling his own feelings again. Now he's feeling a lot of his own internal chaos. Now he feels like he shouldn't have moved the way that he moved in the past. Like, this is going way back. It's not even like in you guys' relationship. Feeling the heartbreak that he caused other people, kind of finally feeling his feelings after realizing that he pushes everyone away. So yes, him being a bad husband does play into it because it finally made you kind of detached from him. But a lot of this karma, internal chaos he's going through is because of how much people he's hurt in the past and all of his bad decisions coming back towards him. Your silence is making him see his true colors. Is Alexander's environment triggering his toxicity and causing these patterns? Is it because of his environment? Is that what's causing toxicity? He wants to, I mean, you did say, let me see. Married, no contact, he's in prison. Yeah, the hermit, like, he's too in his head. He wants to be out. He wants to be free. He wants to be himself. King of Wands. He wants attention. He feels like he's somebody who's meant to travel. He feels like he's somebody who's meant to expand and grow. It's kind of like being in a cage, as ironic as that is, especially when it comes to prison. So it makes him more stubborn. It makes him more eager to destroy things. And it makes him more manipulative as well. The Four of Wands. He wants to go out there and explore. Maybe even explore options, because this is also showing romantically. He wants to feel like important, and he feels like right now he's not feeling important. Has Alexander talked about our current no contact situation with other inmates, and was the blame put on me, or did he take responsibility? Has he talked about this current no contact situation with other inmates? Alexander and Elizabeth, please. Has he talked about this with other inmates? He's definitely opened up to at least 4 people there, especially when it comes to what he plans for his life. Past nostalgic things that they both could relate to. Have they talked about this? Yeah. Like his marriage not really going the right way. Did he put the blame on Elizabeth, or did he take responsibility for Alexander? Yeah, it's kind of like talking about, yeah, like my girl or my woman is not really messing with me right now. He like spun the narrative. He made it manipulative, as if you were somebody who just wanted to pull away from him, and as if you're somebody who got jealous of third-party interferences instead of understanding his perspective. So he made it very masculine coded, like in a way that serves him more than you. Health has come up a few times in the readings. Is it talking about my health or Alexander's health? Is it talking about Alexander's health or Elizabeth's health? Is this talking about Alexander's health or Elizabeth's health? It's talking about your health. You go through a lot of mental stress. High cortisol could be something. Maybe even blood pressure is something that's here for you. It feels like you want emotional peace, but you suppress a lot of your emotions and stay patient for too long. There's also something here about your body. Maybe you feel like you've been gaining like weight, or you've been putting on some emotional weight. It's telling you to drop that as well. Yeah, it comes from self-abandonment. So the more that you overthink and not speak your piece, the more that you kind of like ruin your own health when it comes to this situation. Was Alexander's decision to be closer to God, or was it influenced by others? Was it Alexander's decision to get closer to God, or was this influenced by other people? It was his decision. What caused the influence? Let's just ask that. After feeling like nobody's there, like I said, once you detach, it forced him to feel his own feelings and see how toxic he has always been. Yeah, the hangman is showing up here. Yeah. After feeling like nobody else is there for him, got extremely emotional and felt like the only person's presence that was around is higher source, God, higher powers. So yes, he got very nostalgic and wanted peace. You know, when you just feel like nothing else is over there for you and you just have one choice but to go back to being spiritual. He feels like that's the only thing he has control over right now, his faith. All right, now messages from Alexander. To Elizabeth. Again, we are closing at 8:35. But I will be back tomorrow for anybody else who needs a reading. Married, no contact, he is in prison. Alexander and Elizabeth, please. What does Alexander think or want to tell Elizabeth currently? What does Alexander think or want to tell Elizabeth currently? It says, you mean so much to me. So this person is nostalgic about you and seeing how much love and patience you've given to them. You make me want to give, not take. And this person wants to offer you more love, stability. They want to offer you an explanation as well. He's wanting to become more softer. It says anxious attachment style. He's having like higher anxiety now, overthinking about things not working, realizing that a lot of people were against him or a lot of people were not rooting for him the way that he thought it was. He thinks a lot of people are fake now. I feel like I made the right decision. He thinks being silent, distant from everybody actually helps him more. Cocoon. He feels like he's going through like a purging stage. You're a mess, but you're my mess. He feels like things are not over between the both of you. But he definitely thinks that you've changed emotionally towards him. I want to reconnect. He wants to communicate with you again. He wants the bond to go back to how it was. And he wants to feel your softness, your love towards him. The only reason why this person is not reaching out to you is they're afraid of finding a different version of you. That triggers them. I am unsure about us. He wonders where the situation is going to lead to now. He's unsure. He's mentally processing a lot of things. Not wanting to feel them, but also being forced to feel them. Every touch leaves me breathless. This person wants to see you. They're missing your presence while pretending they are not. I love the tone of your voice. He wants to communicate with you, call you, hear you. What else? I value family a lot. He's somebody who's realizing that a lot of people do care for him. He's nostalgic about his family. Maybe they haven't reached out to him. There's something here about the holidays as well that makes him feel empty or alone. You're the only one that I want. He knows out of all of these options that he tries to pursue for financial reasons or to get your attention, you're the one that he wants. Specifically, you're the one that he feels like matches him emotionally. Our souls are connected. Yeah, you guys have a soul tie. That's why you could feel him sometimes. You could feel his pain. You could feel him pulling on your energy. You're unpredictable. He notices now you don't act the way that you act. And he's nervous about that. It says hard love story. So you guys' love story has always been hard from the beginning. There's always either been third-party interferences or negative opinion. I don't want to hurt you. This person feels like you deserve better. So they're quote-unquote playing the good guy by pulling back. It says, I wish I loved you better. He's having a lot of like regret for how he treated you, pushing you away, acting like you're always going to be there, and now you're just silent. I can't get you out of my mind. Too much time has passed. He feels like there's no contact. It's too much time. Even though he was advised, maybe like by a fellow inmate, his own intuition, or other people, that he should just stay silent, that eventually you're going to crack. He's the one who's cracking emotionally. I know you still love me. He knows that you haven't fully moved on. He knows there's still like love in your heart, but you're tired of being patient and participating in his chaos. Perfect duo. He still feels like you're his person. Somebody who stabilizes him. Somebody who matches him. He's missing you romantically. He feels like a lot of people do admire you. What else? What does Alexander think or want to tell Elizabeth, please? Very attractive. This person feels like you've gotten more physically attractive. I owe you an apology. He knows in order to come back in your orbit or even reconnect with you, he has to apologize to you. Pay attention to me. He wants your attention. This guy's an attention like seeker. He loves attention. And your happiness means the most. You're mine and mine always. He feels like he didn't make you happy. That's why you're silent and that's why you're distancing yourself. He wants to come back towards you, but also his pride, ego, fear, guilt is stopping him right now. All right, Crystal and Joey for a channel. Thank you. Okay, almost done with crystal. Okay. Let's get started for Crystal and Joey, a channel. You said ex-boyfriend. The first thing he said is, I still love you, but I'm scared of committing. This person still has a lot of love for you, views you as their person, views you as the one who was romantically significant, but also felt like the relationship was too clingy, too cushiony, or required a lot more depth from him than he was like willing or was ready to offer. So he views relationship with a lot of like responsibility and burden, not necessarily that he's not into you. It says, every time that I try to move on, I feel blocked, unfinished business. So this person tries to move on, whether it's romantically. I don't even feel like it's with other people. Just forget. Go towards like a different phase of my life with like new settings. But I just kind of feel stuck. Every time that I try to move on, I feel blocked. Almost as if our connection has unfinished business. Almost as if this is not how the story is supposed to end. So just as much as you're attached to him, he is as well. He just tries to avoid it more. It says, I try to copy your social media posts. I don't know, maybe you're like posting certain quotes, posting a certain pose, or posting a certain lifestyle or a certain image of yourself, and this person is trying to mimic it, not just to get your attention, but to keep in the same frequency, keep up with you, is what it's showing me. It says you look different, more glowy. You also look more mature, not necessarily old, but you've grown into your futures. You've grown into your energy. Maybe you've stepped into your power. You're finding yourself more, and it's exuding in the way that you look. You look more glowy. This could even signify you're eating healthier and you look like more glowy. It says, I feel like I lost myself, wanting stability and remembering you. Yeah, there's something about he lost his faith, where he lost himself. Maybe he was like very religious, or maybe he had like some type of self-authority within himself, but now he doesn't. He feels destabilized. He feels a little bit defeated. And in these times, he remembers you. He feels like things changed ever since he's left you. I still feel like you're my person. So this person is still romantically attached to you. I don't feel like anyone significant has replaced you emotionally in his heart. He still feels like you're the person who he's either meant to be with or meant to have. It says, I watch you secretly while pretending I don't care. This could include fake accounts, secret, people stalking you for him stalking you himself, but not commenting, not liking, or not even showing a genuine interest, but he is watching you. It says, I want to talk to you, but I feel like it'll ruin my image. Here's where the ego comes. This person could be a fire sign or somebody who's like manipulative a little bit. He doesn't want to look like the chaser or the one that's running back desperate after realizing that he can't replace you. So he tries to kind of, protect his image by not chasing you, by acting like he doesn't care, but trying to get your attention in indirect ways. It says trying to get your attention to throw you off, emotionally react. Before, you used to emotionally react a lot. Maybe you were a crash out, or maybe you were just overly emotional, or maybe because you love this person, you showed your emotions a lot. But he's trying to get you to crash out. Whether this is trying to get you jealous, trying to get your attention, trying to get you to do something out of character. He's been trying to provoke you a lot, and you've been catching it, but you've also been overthinking about it. This is like confirmation that he is. It says competing with your lifestyle, level up. He feels like you look like more established, whether this is wealthier or just like more at peace. He's competing with that. He wants to match that level. It says I feel abandoned everywhere, toxic family and karma. This person has a toxic family, or there's something about how he treated you came back to him through his family. If he abandoned you, left you out in the cold, made you feel, unwanted, that happened to him as well. All right, the next person is... Oh, I think Elizabeth did 2 sheets. Who's the next person? Michelle. For messages. Okay, I found her. Yeah, I should be back tomorrow around the same time. For Michelle and Kevin Ling, no contact, plus a new number for me. All right, for Michelle and Kevin Ling, please, what does Kevin Ling think or currently want to tell Michelle? What does Kevin Ling think or currently... I'm going to have kids with you, so it's ironic because you do have kids with this person, but the idea of the both of you having children together has been very persistent in his mind lately. Like, it's starting to be more realistic to him. Reality is slapping him in the face, making him realize he does have a child with you, and he needs to step up and take responsibility. I think about forever with you. It's ironic because he acts like he doesn't care and wants to move forward due to fear, but he still romanticizes you and wants the future with you. I keep seeing somebody smirking, like this person is glad that they quote-unquote trapped you or made you stay attached to them, is what it's showing me. It says I'm obsessed with you. So he's stalking you, trying to get information on you, trying to get you obsessed with him as well, but acting like he doesn't care. So he's coming off a little bit like weird, I'm not gonna lie. You're so normal and down to earth. I love it. This person is itching for your energy, wanting your emotional reactions. You're not just attractive, you're real. He likes the way that you carry yourself. He's physically very drawn to you. And likes how realistic you are as a person. He's definitely felt your maturity. I want peace. He wants more peace between the both of you. He wants to have conversation with you, but on his terms. And he wants to be the one in control of the connection. I know I broke your trust and I'll do anything to regain it. So instead of actually fixing the situation, this person has been making it worse and worse each time due to his own immaturity and attraction towards you. He's waiting for you to chase, make the first move. It feels like his community or the people that he's around, friends, family, maybe his own ego is telling him that you're going to chase, you're going to need him, like you're not going to do this alone. But it feels like you're proving him wrong. What you want, I can't give you. He feels like the emotional stability, romantic relationship, or commitment, long-term energy you're wanting, he can't really give you. And it's because he's avoiding responsibility. You set my soul on fire. The more that you detach from this person, the more that they get like emotionally, mentally imbalanced, realizing their own mistakes. It says, dog, you threw me out. Right now, he feels abandoned by you, even though he's the one who caused things not to go right the first time. Yeah, Hollywood. He feels like you're acting different. You're acting like brand new, and he's wanting to get back into your energy, remind you of him. It says, here's your flowers. This could include this person gives you flowers, an apology. He wants to like make amends with you, but also wants to have control of the connection. It says heartbreak is hard to bear. This person is feeling like heartbreak, some type of loss, realizing things like reality is setting in for him very, very slowly and a little bit painfully. What else does Kevin Ling think or want to tell Michelle, please? What else does Kevin Ling think or want to tell Michelle currently? It says you belong to me. He's possessive over you. Like I said, he's kind of happy that this whole like baby trap thing happened. Sorry to say it that way, but that's what I'm hearing. You're my favorite person always. He's very like emotionally attached to you, obsessed with you, but acts like he doesn't care. I'm going to talk to you. There's going to be more communication, more conversation that's going to happen between you and this person. Him trying to get your attention more than anything. He hates how unbothered you are right now. He feels like you're acting unbothered. You're being unbothered, and he's wondering why, like what happened. This person is really jealous, thinking about you moving on with other options, but pretends he doesn't care. It kind of just feels like this is someone who is delusional. Yeah. I don't know if I'm in love, but you got me hooked. Like I said, the more that you detach, the more that you're at peace with how the situation is, the more that he gets more like hooked onto you. I love how feminine you are. He's noticed you become more softer, delicate. Maybe this is like the motherhood making you softer, more delicate, but he's clocking it. You're outgrowing me. You'd be lost without me. Here's where his ego, his community of family made him feel as if you would never survive without him and that you would chase him, but you're not doing that. He feels like you're somebody who's outgrowing him, somebody who's seeing his true colors and realizing you shouldn't wait for him, and that's what's causing him to panic. I feel calm when I'm around you. He's nostalgic, wanting to be with you again. What else does Kevin Ling think I want to tell Michelle currently? Princess treatment. He's jealous of another man coming towards your energy. So if you feel like right now your love life sucks, it's because he's throwing a lot of evil eye. That doesn't mean it like blocks it, but he's definitely like not wanting you to replace him, wanting you to be emotionally stuck on him. Denise and Douglas. Exes and no contact. Haven't spoken since we broke up. It's been quiet and I left social media again to take space. He's been more on my mind again, and it's making me feel a little bit depressed lately as I try to focus on my connection with the new guy I'm seeing, even though I just don't see it lasting. Is it really over for me and Douglas, or will we reconcile and he'll be back at some point with a chance to get back together romantically? Is it really over between Denise and Douglas, or will they reconcile and get back together at some point romantically? Douglas is trying to push this connection away, and he's trying to offload a lot of his, suppress feelings onto you. This is why you've been feeling depressed, because you're emotionally open. You're feeling a lot of his negativity. So a lot of the feelings you're feeling right now, a lot of the heaviness, is not just because of your own life. It also has to do with him kind of like being in love with you, but saying, I don't really care. I don't really care. Stuff along those lines. The Tower, it does feel like it's not really like over between you and this person, but the dynamic, how it used to be, is over. So this doesn't mean that you get back together fully romantically, but it shows a reconnection some way, somehow, whether it's like more as friends or you guys being aware of each other. Are they going to get back together at some point romantically? Denise and Douglas, please. Are they going to get back together at some point romantically? Queen of Wands. This person is blocking your life. He hasn't matured emotionally. Yeah, he goes through a lot of depressive episodes. So what you're feeling is his own feelings, because you're emotionally open and he's trying not to be. Communication is going to happen about romantically connecting with one another, but you see some red flags that make you not want to stabilize the connection. So the offer is going to be there, but long term is showing a no. Every time I noticed that you brought up like 2 guys who blocked you once you've like finally wanted to be with them, and this is kind of like the universe closing the doors on people who are actually not going to help you grow and expand. Yeah, the people that you're connected to live small and will not be able to handle you emotionally long term. All right, the next person is Nora, the single. Will I meet someone while planning this art show? Is Nora going to meet someone while she's planning this art show? You're definitely going to network, meet people. It feels like a lot of new people. Actually, with the Sun, yeah, you are going to be happy with the amount of people you meet. Some questionable that you don't really want to hang out with. It does feel like romantically you've been wanting like more love to come towards you, but you're also emotionally a little bit blocked here. The Lovers, yes, you're manifesting love. 4 months is significant. Within the next 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months. It feels like when you meet someone, don't necessarily tell your family or somebody in your family. They kind of give you evil eye unintentionally because they don't want to lose control over you and don't want you to outgrow them. So when a new guy comes into your life, he kind of backs off because that person manifest negativity your way a little bit. Yeah, a lot of emotional burdens have made you like stay in survival mode rather than like in this frequency of receiving. So you do have a lot of options that are around you, but they kind of are intimidated due to you being locked up in your own head. You can meet this person digitally, maybe even physically, since you're talking about an art show, but I do see a lot of digital communication. So maybe you guys meet each other physically and communicate a lot. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles is not, our show is going to be like successful for you. It is something that's going to bring you recognition. Networking is very significant as well. The Judgment, there are some questionable people that you don't want to hang out with though. And yeah, the Justice. It feels like within the next 4 months, you do have a guy coming towards you. The time frame could be quicker based off how emotionally open you are. That's all it is when it comes to attracting love. If you're emotionally open, you're going to get it. Some people think they are emotionally open and they're not. Michelle, I should have sent it to you on your new number. All right. All right, Tanya and Cecil relationship. If Cecil compromises with my requirements to still be private but display our relationship more publicly, how or when will this start happening? How exactly is this going to start happening for Tanya and Cecil? He's fighting the urge to actually make this relationship public because he does try to hold a certain social image to be like nonchalant, kind of give off like this single, I'm kind of like living my own life type of situation. You will start seeing him gradually posting you on stories is what it's showing me here. I don't know if you guys go out, maybe like drinks, dinner, something along those lines. Queen of Wands. The reason why he also doesn't show you off is because you kind of don't want to be shown off. With the Queen of Swords, he notices that you're wanting to be more serious with him, so he is going to start doing it. It feels like you're gradually going to start seeing different things of this within 2 months. There's something here about your toes. I don't know if you like put on white toes. That's so random. That this person looks at your toes. Yeah. He just doesn't want to lose a social image to be like this single guy who's kind of just like minding his own business, living his own life. Like he has other options on social media that he's not really communicating with, but knows if he leaves this connection, he's not going to lose a good image when it comes to them. That's all he's nervous about. I don't know. It was a light color though on toes, but this person looks at your toes. Yeah, you guys are going to communicate about this. He wants a private relationship because he doesn't want to be played in the face later on when people come towards him. Like, what happened between you and this person? I thought you were single, things along those lines. He's definitely doing it for an image and to know that he has options out there just in case anything happens, rather than you guys' connection. It shows the time frame of 2 months. Within 2 months, you should gradually see this person posting, showing things off, things along those lines. But he's still nervous to show the full picture. Red toes. I've never done that before. Alright, the next person is Jasmine. Will my son and my new partner have a better relationship? Will Jasmine's son and her new partner have a better relationship? Your son has a hard time trusting people and opening up. It feels like at first with your new partner, your son is going to be hesitant, very protective over you. Like he does view you as somebody that he wants to take care of, somebody that he loves. So he immediately gets possessive and protective, but then tries to mind his own business. He also views it as a good thing, a situation that's going to get you off attention off of him, the devil. He's going to be eyeing whatever new partner that you end up manifesting into your life, because he's possessive over you, feels like you guys have had a deeper bond before anybody else, and doesn't want to be emotionally erased. But yes, it is showing a lot of deep communication. Whatever partner that you end up manifesting is very introspective, has like a good way of talking about things, has a good way of managing finances. He's very like worldly though, less spiritual, more worldly. So like talking about, I don't know, political things maybe, or things that are more down to earth, worldly, rather than spiritual. So he helps him become more grounded and think for himself, become more independent and mature. So yes, he views this person almost as a mentor, rather than like this is the person that's going to erase a father figure. Does my new partner want kids? Does Jasmine's new partner that she's manifesting want kids, please? Jasmine's new partner. Jasmine's new partner. Before you even manifest this new partner, it shows you're going to go through some type of like, past people could come towards you as well, but it also shows you're going to go through some type of emotional collapse a little bit, wanting to move on from things. Like he can't come in until you fully moved on from past disappointment and past things. Like the affirmations or whatever you're doing right now, manifesting him, it's kind of changing how you perceive yourself and what you think you deserve before he comes towards you. And he's gonna be exactly what your ideal is. So yeah, he could be like older, more mature as well, sophisticated. He doesn't mind having kids is what it's showing me, especially since your kid is like older. Yeah, this person has gone through a lot, but they're very wise. I had a dream about my old job that I went back. What was that dream about? What was Jasmine's dream about when it comes to going to her old job? What exactly was this? This is your own fears of backtracking, not moving forward in life. Because like I remember you said something about an old coworker, boss communicated with you. This has been replaying in your subconscious mind. It made you feel validated, but it also made you feel as if like, if I lose this other job, maybe I could have this one. It doesn't mean it's something that's coming forward in like the future, but it does feel like it's something that your mind is afraid of. And because you've been subconsciously replaying it and afraid of backtracking, you finally had a dream about it, the Empress. But it feels like you're more leveling up rather than going back into the past. It also feels like, you know, that old boss or coworker is manifesting you. So that's also showing up in your dreams. All right, the last person is Victoria. What could potentially be misaligning between us? What is misaligned between Victoria and Niles, please? No contact. What potentially could be the misaligning between Victoria and Niles? It feels like you also don't see how desirable you are. How the both of you think. You're more genuine than this person. You're less selfish than him. And you're less competitive than him. So the way that you both grew and what you believe about the world. He has a more scarce mindset. You have a more abundant mindset. That's where the misaligning comes. But it feels like with the 8 of Wands, the more that you manifest whatever your desire is, the less that this misaligning becomes prevalent, and the more that the both of you actually become like good for each other, I guess. But like I said, this person came in your life as a lesson. So before a relationship stabilizes or a connection stabilizes, you are going to have to learn this lesson. And that's the lesson of not wanting to be validated outside of yourself, not feeling chosen, and wanting to prove that an emotionally unavailable person could truly love you. So how do you see my manifestations going forward? What's going to happen for Victoria's manifestations going forward? Your manifestations are coming towards you, but right now this is the purging phase. It seems a little bit delayed, but it's not. It feels like you have many different things that you're going to manifest. It's telling you to focus on one or two at a time. Otherwise, your mind is going to get too clogged. You're going to have many different times that you want to give up, but it's telling you to continue going because that is what's going to bring it towards you quicker. Yeah, Queen of Cups. It's telling you not to dwell on past feelings or doubt because that's what slows it down. And the more that you just know it's going to happen while not emotionally attached to it, the faster it's going to come towards you. So you are going to manifest some type of relationship, but there's a phase. Maybe this is the phase right now, a purging phase, where you go through the lessons that you dodged. You know, learning more about yourself, realizing things about yourself, painfully feeling things about yourself, learning things about him. Before you can actually be in this connection with him. It feels like by the time the both of you even start talking to each other, I don't know if this is the same guy, but you're not as emotionally attached to him. You're not obsessed with him. You just know you have him. So your manifestations are coming. They are showing up a little bit delayed due to like your own self-doubt and it being new, but communication is coming because of them. All right. That is all for tonight. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining.